welcome. Welcome, 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 guys. Did you miss me? Hi. Hi. This is All in Economic Lifestyle, guys. We're going to start off with a most important need to know. Okay. And I missed you guys. I thank you guys for hanging in here with me. There's a lot going on in my background as far as weddings, things like that, family things, private things that I can't always upload because of the other parties. It's not about me, but it's about respect for the other parties. But at any rate, I'm here, and I wanted to share this with you guys, because I witnessed someone when I was out in San Diego, California. I knew the signs and symptoms that this person was having a stroke. It's like knowing CPR. If you walk into a mall or a convenience store and you see a person under duress, if you have these skills and are certified to use them, this is a plus. So I just wanted to share this with you guys really fast because knowing the warning signs of a stroke is critical. You know why? Because every second counts. Because you want to know why? Because your brain is intact for that, okay? The oxygen goes up. You want to keep the oxygen flowing through your brain. This is what messes up everything. And when a stroke occurs, the brain cells they they are the cells are being eaten at a rapid rate, if I should say it like that, and promptly recognizing the symptoms and calling for emergency care is the most important factor in preventing permanent brain health. So this is what it's all about. You may think you may not need this, but someone around you may need it. So let's begin, okay? Pay attention and take note. Disclaimer: this is for educational purposes only. And again, what a stroke looks like the day before it hits.
For a brain artery to suddenly block, the groundwork usually took years. The walls of the vessel have been damaged, cholesterol and clots have been building up, the opening has been getting tighter. This is not an explosion out of nowhere. It is the last step of a long process. Along that road, your body usually sends out warning signals. The problem is, nobody ever taught you how to read them. In medicine, those early warning shots are called a transient ischemic attack, or TIA for short. Transient just means temporary. It comes and it goes.
Attention Jacksonville and Gainesville residents.
If you own a home and haven't had your roof checked out in over a year, then you might want to take a look. Old shingles, storm damage, cold weather, and even mold growth cause damage you don't usually see.
Sorry, guys.
It's very obvious and very expensive.
Picture a carotid artery, the main neck artery that carries blood from your heart up to your brain. Over years, a fatty plaque forms on the inner wall right where the artery branches. The opening slowly
Right here,
narrows,
guys.
then at some point, the already tight vessel goes into a brief spasm. Blood flow stops for a few seconds or a few minutes, and the brain area fed by that artery basically blacks out.
And guys, I want to pause here for one momento. You guys may not think this is important, but again, it's very important because someone in your family, your granda, which is your grandmother, your grandfather, and uncle, not speaking this upon anybody, trust me, it's just for educational purposes only so that you can know how to deal with this. Pay attention, take note.
Out for that short time. You see or feel a stroke symptom, then the spasm relaxes, blood flow returns, and the symptom fades.
It's about recognizing the signs, guys.
And you think you are fine again. What research actually shows is that a transient ischemic attack very often comes right before a major ischemic stroke, typically within the next 72 hours. Those 3 days are your window where the disaster can still be prevented. Most people do not use that window because...
Did you know that, guys? I think it's kind of impossible if you don't know what the signs are. So this is why it's important. Let's continue.
The warning episode was short, strange, and then went away, so they talked themselves out of taking it seriously. These warning episodes usually last from about half a minute to maybe 10 minutes. That is exactly why they slip through the cracks. You can be in your kitchen, in the shower, getting out of a car, and by the time you stop and think, the symptom has already passed. But each of those episodes is your brain sending a final, very clear message. I am about to be in serious trouble. I want to walk you through the 5 big red flags and explain not just what they look like, but what is actually happening inside your body each time. The first warning sign is temporary blindness in one eye. You get up, walk toward the kitchen, and suddenly one eye goes dark or foggy, like someone pulled down a black curtain over that eye or smeared the lens with gray mud. You blink a few times, maybe rub the eye, and within seconds or...
And guys, part of what I've learned from it, this is how you have to create your own system. Mine is B fast, BEF. So that's how I determine it's about balance loss for B, right? Sudden loss of balance, this is dizziness or coordination. E for eye change, just as he said, a sudden blurred vision, double vision, or loss of sight in one or both eyes. F, B fast. F for fast. Face drooping. One side of the face droops or feels numb. If the person, or it was, pardon me, guys. One side of the face, for face dropping. B fast. One side of the face dropping, feels numb, or either one side of the face of the person will lapse, guys, and it's very you can see it visually. Let's continue.
Or a minute at most, your vision comes back. So you blame it on standing up too fast or too much screen time. In reality, that curtain is almost always a tiny clot or a small fragment of plaque that broke off from the wall of your carotid artery, traveled up, and briefly plugged the artery that feeds the eye. The artery to your eye is not some random isolated tube. It is a direct branch of the inner carotid artery that feeds your brain. When the clot or plaque fragment wedges into that tiny eye artery, blood cannot get through. So the retina, the light-sensing tissue, loses its blood supply for a moment, and you see darkness or a smear instead of a clear image. When the clot drifts away and blood flow restarts, the vision comes back and you feel lucky. You were lucky because that exact same clot could have gone 2 millimeters to the side into a brain artery. And then instead of a...
Right, so that means, see the blood flow right here, guys. I want to point this out now. Pay attention. See the blood flow right here, right? Okay. Time is brain causes stroke. This is the blood flow. What you want to do is not see if it goes in here. This is what causes the artery to cause a blood artery or brain aneurysm because of this system right here is what I'm trying to say. So I'll let it continue so you guys can pay attention, but please take note.
1 minute blackout in one eye, you are looking at permanent loss of speech, paralysis of an arm and leg, or death. Doctors have a classic Latin name for that one-eye blackout, amaurosis fugax, which literally means fleeting blindness. Neurologists treat that phrase like a fire alarm. If a patient describes an episode like that, they get urgent evaluation because the risk of a real stroke in the next hours is high. Hospital records show a pattern where a person ignores 2 or 3 of these eye episodes, and the very next one is the big...
And guys, this is what you want to know, the terminology. If you have to go to emergency, they're going to ask you, okay, what symptoms are you having? You got to know what to put down so that they could see to you immediately, okay? Like, okay, say for instance, I'm going in, I say I'm having chest pains, blood of Jesus, just covering myself. And the next person came in because they sprained their ankle. Who do you think they're going to see first? The person with the chest pains. You get what I'm saying? So this is why it's important to know the verbiage behind whatever medical issue that you're having. Let's continue.
The big one in the brain. The second warning sign is sudden numbness or tingling on one side of your body. The medical word is paresthesia, but you can think of it as your skin acting drunk. It can be the whole arm, just the hand, half the face, or even one full side of the body. It feels like pins and needles, like
From my understanding, guys, it's usually the left side of the body that does that. Disclaimer, just look it up. I'm not sure. I just got back from San Diego. I may be jet lagged, but honestly, I think it's the left side.
Or like that body part has turned into rubber. The key detail is that it comes out of nowhere while you are just sitting, walking, or talking, lasts a few minutes, then goes away on its own. You have probably slept on your arm at some point. Your nerve compression causes numbness that clears up when you move. That is different. There, your brain and spinal cord are fine. You squeezed a nerve, and as soon as blood flow and position normalize, sensation returns in a minute or two. With a TIA, the problem is not in the arm. It is in the brain area that maps sensation from that arm, and the episode has nothing to do with posture. One more thing worth knowing, stroke symptoms are usually one-sided because each brain hemisphere controls and feels the opposite side of your body. When both hands go numb evenly, that more often points to neck spine issues. But a sudden one-sided numbness that resolves after a few minutes is a strong reason to get checked for TIA and stroke risk. The third warning sign is a sudden loss of coordination, what people describe as a drunk walk without any alcohol. You are on a flat.
Some people may conclude this to be an earache. Earache also throws off your balance and your coordination. Know the difference. Let's continue.
Familiar surface, and out of nowhere your foot lands in the wrong place. Your leg feels weak or rubbery, or you stagger into the wall for a second. Or you get hit by a sudden, strong spinning sensation that makes you grab a chair or the door frame, even though you were not spinning, you did not jerk your head, and you did not just stand up from bed. The part of your brain that keeps you balanced and coordinates smooth movement is called the cerebellum. It sits low in the back of your skull like a small extra brain. It constantly calculates where your body is in space and how hard each muscle should fire, so you walk straight instead of zigzagging. The cerebellum gets its blood supply from arteries that run up through the bones of your neck into the back of your head, what doctors call the vertebro-basilar system. If blood flow in those arteries drops...
Guys, how many of you remember these words from school? The vertebro-basilism. Oh my God, this really was a hard one for me. How many of you guys remember this? We were taught this, guys, in high school. Let's continue.
Sharply, even for a few seconds, the cerebellum essentially glitches. That is when you suddenly veer sideways, misstep, or feel violent dizziness for no obvious reason. In clinical practice, there is a pattern where people write off these episodes as bad shoes, I was tired, or must be my blood pressure, and only find out later that those were cerebellar transient attacks.
Oh no, guys, it's not that just you were tired. Oh, I've been walking all day in the mall. Oh, I stayed out all night. No, guys, this is your safety for your health. Know your body. This is my motto, know your body. Guys, I want to share something with you really fast, and I hope that you got this. And please do take notes from the charts that you've seen, guys. This right here will help you. I love it when they do the videos with the charts, as I would do if they didn't do it, but thank God for them. Okay, I want to share a story with you. I remember some years back, I was eating, and this was before my heart surgery. And my heart surgery is only because it was something I was born with, guys, a congenital cyst, okay? So it's okay. But anyway, and they didn't catch it until I got into my 30s. But let's continue. I was eating some Frosted Flakes, I never forget. And I was sitting on the bed. I forget which TV show I watched because I don't really do TV. So when I stood up after eating the Frosted Flakes, that was my grandmother's favorite cereal too. Her first and only favorite cereal, besides the regular cornflake. How many of you had the regular cornflake? I haven't had that regular cornflake in a long time. But anyway, back to the story at hand. I stood up. When I stood up, the room started spinning like this, guys. Okay? As a matter of fact, I think I was on this side of the house, right here, back at one of the rooms on this side. I wasn't in the master bedroom. So I stood up. And the room was spinning, guys. I kid you not. And I think I was trying to call out, but all I know is that it was just, I can't describe it. It's like somebody spinning you around. I mean, really quickly for like 10 minutes and letting you go like that. And then you just bust into the wall because you don't have your stability to stand still because of all the twirling. So I remember hitting the wall like really hard. Because I was trying to make it out of the bedroom door, guys. I had the room door, the wall really, really hard. And I was just trying to make it because I knew something was wrong. And it was still other people in the house. And I was trying to get somebody's attention. And just like this, it went away. But you know what I failed to realize? It could have been coming from the bronchial cyst that was on my heart that I knew nothing about after all this time. So maybe I should have went to I'm almost sure, no maybes. I should have went to the doctor or to the emergency room after that. But now that I know, I know. So this is why I really wanted you guys to know this, okay? Because it's very, very important. Okay. Well, guys, please do subscribe, like, share, and please do take note. This is for any family, friend, any foes, even see about your enemies if you have any, because we're all human, okay? Regardless. All in a clown lifestyle. Thank you.